Yeah, what's up, man?
Okay. So your main point for putting people in asylums. Yo.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Let's put this one.
So
we're going to switch the topic too, guys, because we got to run through these.
Your main reason is that they have committed a handful of mass shootings, correct?
Well, there's a lot of them are mentally ill is really what it comes down to. Is the majority of them have mental illness problems.
Why do you think they're mentally ill?
Dude, if you don't know what bathroom you should be going to or what gender you identify as, you are mentally ill. Something's wrong with you.
If there was someone standing on this campus saying, you as a straight man, I do not accept your existence, do you think you would also be mentally ill from that? Do you think you could also develop anxiety or depression?
No, I would tell them
your existence?
I would tell them heterosexual men built this country, so shut up.
Okay. Wow.
Simple as that, dude.
Question.
Like, we are not the same. Like I'm not gonna give, because like the argument you guys are trying to make is like, oh well, straight men do a lot of bad things. They commit crimes. They do X, Y, Z. Yeah, but they also built into society. So we're not gonna have the same tolerance for these weirdos that don't know what their gender is over straight men that built society. The entire world that you guys enjoy now was built by straight men. We live in such a civilized world that a lot of you guys are so soft and pussy that you guys don't remember who built this world and how we got here in the first place. Because men are no longer men. Men go ahead and defer to female authority, thinking that women think right, when in reality, women don't build anything, okay? And in reality, women don't build up society. They don't control jobs that control infrastructure. So we've gotten so progressed and so left that we forgot who built this country and who built society in the first place. The world that you enjoy now is based off of male ingenuity, not female ingenuity, not ingenuity, not ingenuity, not none of that crap. It was straight men that built this world. So guess what? I'm gonna have far more tolerance for them. Yes, a majority of men are criminals and also, but a majority of men are also geniuses and built up the world and all the inventions and all the conventions that we have nowadays. So they're gonna have another, I don't know what, I'm trying. You actually didn't invent Wi-Fi. Double check that one. You should be in the kitchen. I don't know why you're talking. Anyway, back to what I was saying. See, see, women can't even control themselves. Notice how the guys are able to control themselves and they wait their turn. Then the women are just yelling in the background, etc. Get her a spatula somewhere. Yes, look at her. She can't even take it. She's walking up. Oh, fuck you. Oh. And then she said women invented Wi-Fi. That's not true. Actually, double checked it. You guys don't invent anything.
Yo,
except
can
for
I ask more
headaches.
questions, man? Or are you gonna keep talking?
This is why women. This is why you guys should be able to vote.
What do you think is one of the first great societies of the world?
What was that?
What do you think is one of the first great societies of the world?
There's many.
The Greeks, maybe?
Yeah, Greeks,
Have you
Romans,
ever seen the movie
etc.,
300?
Yeah. Many. What was that?
Have you ever heard of the 300?
The
A band
Spartans?
of Greek soldiers.
The Spartans?
They are the foundations that this society is built on. To say that people are mentally ill is just incorrect. They've been around since the dawn of humanity. Another question. Okay, you believe that all women are dumb?
A lot of them are. Well, to be fair, people in general are dumb, but it tends to be more often women.
Okay. And you believe that women should not be allowed to serve in the armed forces?
Not in a combat role, no. Definitely not in a combat role. And honestly, all the women here would probably agree with me. I don't think women should be in a line of fire, or they should be in a position where they can get, taken as hostage, because that could create a bunch of diplomatic problems.
Okay.
So they would agree as much as they're sitting here. It's funny because women will sit here and argue with me about things that I say, but in reality, it's to protect them from themselves. They can't serve in combat.
And you're so worried about someone not being able to drag you out of a battlefield?
Yeah.
Well, isn't your whole thing losing weight? Shouldn't you just lose some weight, then she can drag you out?
I'm 6'3", about 195 to 200 pounds. I mean, I think I'm where I should be. I think a lot of guys that, go to the gym and train are going to be somewhere in the 180 to 200 pound range. And unfortunately, a lot of women can't drag that. So that's a problem, dude. See, what you're saying is, let's just lower the standards so we can go ahead and let women in. That's the problem. I think we should keep the standards the same and keep women out.
I disagree. My cousin graduated from the Naval Academy in 2012, and she's now a lieutenant commander on a submarine.
That's great. A minority, you can't make an argument for the minority. The majority of women can't do it. So, look, are there some able-bodied women that can go?
The majority of men. What % of men are in the armed forces?
The majority of the armed forces is men, though.
I know, but you're saying that the majority of women can't do that.
A majority of men can complete the physical standards versus a lot of women can't. Here's the thing, bro. You cannot take a 1% of women and be like, yeah, see, this woman could do it, so we need to go ahead and extrapolate these same rights and these standards to all other women. A lot of women don't want to be involved in it. A lot of women can't do it. And just because 1 or 2 can do it doesn't mean that a majority can, and that we should weaken the entire fighting force for a small percentage of people that can do it. That's the problem.
They don't weaken the
just
fighting
because
force.
They're capable
they
doesn't mean
strive
it's
to
optimal.
reach the level that allows them to be in the fighting force.
Again, just because they're capable doesn't mean it's optimal.
Why not? If someone's capable
Because it's
to
a
do a
minority.
job, why does it mean that it's not optional that they do that job?
No, because it's a minority.
So just because they're a capable minority, they shouldn't be allowed to participate in a job that they're fully capable of participating in?
Sure. I mean, if they can, this is what I think. One standard, if women can pass it, cool. But the reality is that's not what happens. We have to lower the standard so they can get in. That's my problem. If we have one standard, they can actually make it through, cool. But we're talking about if we did that, it would fall off immediately. Most women would fail. They wouldn't be able to make it through. It is what it is.
Okay. All right.
One standard.
See you, man.
There you go. I think we transitioned, right? Is the new one?
Wait. What's up, Myron?
What's up, man?
You're the man. Do you want to give me any other random day in the calendar? Like the day of the week? Like I'll get it right, I promise. Like any random day and year, I'll get it right.
I can't think of one right now.
Wait, think of one. Say a random one, trust me. Like a 1900, 2000.
Yeah, what is it? There you go, 4/20/1989.
April 20th, 1989. That is I got this one. Thursday. And follow my Instagram and TikTok, Ethan Funk 322. I love
right.
you, Myron. You're the man.
No worries, man. Thank you. Who's up next?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, what's up, man?
Did you say that female sports are dumb?
Yeah.
Okay. Is your argument that it's not as entertaining as like male sports? What's your argument?
That why female sports
Yeah,
is dumb?
why are female sports dumb? Like just one. Let's like start with one.
Yeah, they just suck. I mean, nobody wants to watch it.
Well, a lot of people do watch them.
Okay. They still suck though, and the reality is, my female sports don't generate nearly the same attendance as male sports for obvious reasons.
So your argument isn't that they're dumb, but that they're worse?
They suck. And like I said before, a lot of the times when guys watch female sports, there's like some type of affinity. Maybe you go to, like, for example, you guys have a female basketball team here, right?
Yeah, sure.
A lot of you guys watch them because you're students here and you want to support. But the reality is, if you weren't students here, you wouldn't be watching them. That's my point. Versus if you weren't, whether you were a student or not, you'd be watching NBA.
Are you denying that most people that watch female sports actually enjoy it?
No, I'm saying that female sports suck, and most of the time that people watch it, they're watching it for personal affinity
Yes,
reasons
yeah,
versus
yeah,
like
that's what
because
I'm
of the
saying.
actual
That's what I'm
ability of
saying.
the athletes.
So do most of the people here only watch our basketball team because like they go to USC?
Because they're students, yes.
I don't know. I
Yes.
have a lot of family that doesn't.
What was that?
I have a lot of family that doesn't. They just watch it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Does it change the fact that women's sports still sucks and no one cares?
Okay. We just disagree. Cool.
All right.
Thank you.
Who's up next?
Guys. All right.
Yo.
You think that it our greatest enemy, right?
Yeah.
I have to disagree. You see, in my opinion, I think the greatest enemy is corporations. You know, because when you look into it, stuff like let's say you go to the store and you buy something, they give you that receipt. The receipt is actually laced with estrogen. You know, the stuff that like make you a girl, and the people are like grabbing that. And the more people that grab it, the more people are turning into like girls. And I think it's so like big business can come in and like take away our minds so that like we can get like impregnated because we turn into girls. Another thing.
All right, cool.
You know, go
yeah,
ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, do you have anything that's like on topic or no?
Oh, no, it's about the enemy. I think the corporation's the enemy.
All right, that's cool. Who's up next?
Sorry, man. All right.
No worries.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, what's up?
Good job. You know, Israel's our greatest enemy. I disagree. I think the
Okay.
Clemson Tigers are our greatest enemy.
Who?
Can I get
wait, who? What?
the Clemson Tigers? Can I get a Spurs up from you, man?
Oh, wow, another school. Oh, okay, another school. All right, cool. All right.
Oh man. Hey, let's go Cox,
right.
baby. Let's go Cox.
All right.
Hey, Myron.
What's up?
Do you remember me?
No, to be honest.
Well, you used me in every single one of your videos last year, so I think I deserve some % of the profit.
Oh.
I really don't
Well-
have any questions for you.
Well, the thing is, I don't like
let me
clip up the
speak.
videos and stuff like that, so I don't know what gets posted or whatever. So, but yeah.
I have no questions for you. I can read you straight through like a book. All I want to
we
say
go.
is you look stupid, you look embarrassing, and I want to spread some positivity to everyone here. You're doing amazing. You are so loved and so valued. And to all of my women,
Hear more woman talk.
to all of my women, I love
To my
you.
women out there, you're beautiful. You're great. No matter how big rude you are, you're still amazing. You deserve it all.
You
Yes.
don't offend me. You
Yes,
don't scare me.
no matter how much makeup you wear, how fat you are, no matter how insufferable you are, you're still great. Slay. All right, you're good. Who's up next? Yes, okay. Hey, I will say this. You got this last time. Might want to exercise a little bit. I know school just started. The gyms are probably open.
All right, I got two
So,
questions.
yeah. You know, women really only have like 2 jobs. Like, be pretty and don't be annoying. She already failed 50%. So, goddamn. All right, what's up, man?
I got 2 questions.
Yes.
So one, how can you be a Christian, a follower of Christ, and not believe that the righteous ancestral homeland of the Jews? And also,
Wait, what?
how can you be? I know it's too much for you to like.
I'm not a
hand it-
Christian. I'm not a Christian.
Then how is not the ancestral homeland of the Jews? And also, how does America being allies with the PA benefit us more than being allies with?
When you say PA, you mean Palestine or?
Yeah, the Palestine or the Palestinian Authority or Iran or.
Well,
other
my
conflicts
thing
like
is
that.
this. I am anti-war, and I don't think we should be interventionists, and I think that us supporting it, giving them all the money that we do, creates a lot of problems for us geopolitically, and creates a whole bunch of issues.
Well, it's Islamic regimes that have been keeping us in the Middle East, in Middle Eastern wars for the past 50+ years.
Who's been keeping us in the wars?
Iran, Iraq, I mean, Al Qaeda.
Really?
Yeah.
You know who's been keeping us in the Middle East?
Islamic regime by attacking American bases.
Who's been
Beirut.
keeping us in the Middle East? Well, do you know why we went to war in Iraq?
Because of 9/11.
No, we went to war in Iraq because.
What happened on 9/11? Tell me.
Oh well, that's we got time for this one. Yeah.
Well, back it
Okay.
up with a bunch of. There you go. Go ahead. I
Yeah,
got
okay. See,
all
now,
the
you
I got
ask
all
me the
day in
question, and
world.
then you're like, okay.
I got all the day in the world.
So here's the reality, my friend. 9/11, right? And I'm going to just summarize this quickly. I'm not going to deny the fact that we were attacked by Al Qaeda and extremist groups, and also the United States knew what was going on. But the part that everyone tends to forget is about how Israel was involved as well and had foreknowledge that we were going to be attacked on that day. And the reason why is because Israel stands to gain great benefit from wars in the Middle East because they want to destabilize all their neighbors so they can go ahead
Not
and
false.
push the. That's false. Okay, the Greater Israel Project.
Then tell me why. Then tell me the whole basis on the whole basis why it was founded was to keep the Jewish people safe. Nothing to do with destabilize the Middle East. Most of they want to live their lives as is, and you're just out here like spreading the lie that they were putting in place to destabilize the Middle East. Because nothing what you said has been backed up by
Israel
any
started wars
by
with
any
all of their
historical
enemies.
credible
They started-
historical scholar in history.
Okay, so
nothing
again,
you said has been backed
Israel,
up.
dude, you thought that you literally just said we went to war in Iraq because of 9/11. No, we went to
True.
war in Iraq because Benjamin Netanyahu literally went over and said, came over to the United States and said, if we go ahead and we get rid of Saddam because he has weapons of mass destruction, it'll have positive reverberations all across the Middle East. And what did we do? We went to war over there. 1 million people died. We got nothing to gain from it. We destabilized Iraq, and to this day, there's still problems there and instability all over the place. Everything that we do in the Middle East is because of the powerful lobby that they have in Washington, D.C., where they run this country. So if you don't even understand that, then, dude,
I don't disagree with that.
behind.
The Iraq War went wrong, but I mean, it's
But
a
you
well,
gotta
it's a
ask, why
well-known
did we,
fact
why,
that
why
that
did
war
we go
was a
there?
response to
Why did we
Islamic
go there? We
extremism,
went there
not
for
just-
Israel. We went there for Israel.
No,
and
we
that's
went
a
there for
problem.
we went there for our own dignity because we were attacked. That's why.
Do you know that Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11? Did you know that Osama bin Laden and Saddam Hussein were enemies? Did you know that when Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait,
Same enemy.
Hold on,
enemy.
no, because you
Same
don't even know
enemy.
your history, bro. You don't even know your history.
No,
So
you don't, dude.
the reality
Nothing you said has been
Saddam
backed up by any
Hussein,
historical
Saddam
scholar,
Hussein
dude.
and Osama bin Laden were enemies. When Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait to go ahead and try to get the oil or get them to lower the prices so that he wouldn't have to compete or whatever the fuck it may be, what ended up happening was Osama offered the Mujahideen, because they had just beat the Russians in the 80s in Afghanistan, he offered the Mujahideen and said, hey, Saudi Arabian royal family, I will fight Saddam on your behalf. And then he was livid because the Saudi royal family said, oh no, we have the Americans, they'll go ahead and defend us. He's like, wait, why do we have Americans, infidels, defending Arab land? This is against the Quran. This is haram. And they were like, nah, get out of here, Saddam. And they fucking sent him to Sudan and ostracized him. And then guess what? Al Qaeda ended up getting created. So Osama actually hated Saddam and he wanted to fight him. But what did everybody say? Oh yeah, they worked together. Whatever, weapons of mass destruction, or the
same enemy,
or
Axis
the
of
anthrax
terror.
push. It was all a lie. It was all a lie.
Do you actually think that, like, for example, the current access to terror? Do you actually think that the Iranians and Yemenis get along? No, two totally different ethnicities. But what are they? They're united against a common enemy, which is So
Yeah, because destabilizing
Enemy of my
every
enemy is my
single
friend.
day, and they're an illegal colonial state.
false. Have you not read the Bible? Have you not read the Torah?
I'm talking about what's going on here in general when we're talking about the creation of Israel, and also the Jews that they talk about in the Bible are not the modern Israelis of today. By the way, also another thing that you need to know, because you want to talk about terrorism all day.
I have ancestry dating back to the state
Fantastic,
Israel
bro.
3,000
Because
years
here's
ago.
the thing. I find it interesting how you've been talking about terrorism the entire time. The reality is the state of Israel was created through terrorism. The idea that you know today was created by the Irgun, Haganah, and
stop
Stern gangs.
terrorists.
Those three paramilitary groups were terrorist organizations that rebranded into the IDF after it was created. So the entire state of Israel was founded upon the very terrorism that they try to condemn today.
Stop terrorism. I mean, I would say
It is terrorism. They've killed 60,000 innocent people.
Counterterrorism.
They've killed somewhere between
Counterterrorism.
60 to 300,000 people
According to who?
already.
According to who? Ministry of Hamas.
Dude, they use those stats. Even the uses those stats themselves.
Best combatant ratio of any modern war. 4 to 1.
What's the combat ratio?
4 to 1.
4 to 1 innocent people to one Hamas terrorist?
Yeah. Because sometimes if you want to count as civilians, you gotta realize most 17-year-old men are training for Hamas. So yes, they should be classified as terrorists.
So you think it's okay to kill 4 innocent people for 1 terrorist?
Well, I mean, look what the Allies did in Dresden. So if
It's not. Here's the thing. It has the capability to do direct strikes. They did it in Iran, where they can literally assassinate people with pinpoint accuracy. That's unacceptable. Here's the thing.
we also
Here,
have the
dude, are you
capability-
Jewish? Are you Jewish?
Yeah.
You are. Okay, that makes sense. So here's the thing, bro. Let's just have a very honest conversation here. They don't value life outside of people that aren't Jewish. Let's just be honest here. They don't value
False.
life. They don't value
Dude,
Arab
that's-
life.
dude,
They only care about it because the reality
that's
is you
low.
guys have killed 100,000 plus people, okay, off of 1,200. And let's be honest here. Of that 1,200 that were killed, how many did die? Because you guys killed a bunch of Israelis that day as well, because you didn't want to have to
On
deal
October
with
7th?
Yeah, on October 7th.
That's just wrong, dude.
Oh, really?
Have you not seen the videos? Yeah.
Do you know what the Hannibal Directive is?
Did you not
No,
see
do you know what the
videos?
Hannibal
Did you not see
Directive is?
the videos of Hamas
Do you know
going
what the
into
Hannibal
Kfar
Directive
Aza?
is? Do you know
Dogs,
what
dude.
the Hannibal Directive
No
is?
regard for life.
Do you know what the Hannibal Directive is?
Tell me.
See, that's the problem. You don't even know. You're
Well,
just over here yapping.
You don't even know what
The
happened
Hannibal
on October
Directive is
7th.
when you
don't
own
even know what
people.
happened on October 7th.
I just told you the Hannibal Directive was activated on that day. The Hannibal Directive is where they kill their own people to avoid them being taken as hostages, so they don't have to deal with the diplomatic nightmare of getting them back.
The IDF came on paraglides to drop into a music festival to kill their own people.
No, they came in Apache helicopters and killed their own people.
I didn't see that. Where's the video of Apache helicopters? Please educate me.
There's
Show me, dude.
literally
Show me.
videos out there of them shooting at people. You can see it. And on top of that, how do you think all those
Send it to
cars
me. Show
were
me.
burned, right, with blown up? Hamas has that capability? No.
Yeah.
Only
Explosives, dude. Every single terrorist organization has them. I mean,
Dude, the people that got killed in the cars literally got burnt to a crisp and blown up. Hamas does not have that capability. That was Apache Hellfire missiles, dude. You got to do some better research before you come over. Let's go to the next guy.
Show me the videos. I'm
Let's go to the
asking for
next
your
guy.
research. Where is it?
Sir, go on your phone, type in Hannibal Directive, educate yourself a little bit, and come back and we can debate, because you can't even have this conversation, dude.
I'll come back in 5 minutes, dude. I'll
right.
show you my receipts.
And then you go ahead, Yoav Gallant, look him up. That was the guy that admitted he was your defense minister. And he admitted that the Hannibal Directive was activated that day and they killed their own people.
all lies, dude.
Look it up on your phone, man.
All lies, man.
Look it up on your phone. It's very behavior, not surprised.
How you doing, man?
What's up?
What's your name?
Go ahead. What's your question?
What's your name?
Just ask your question, bro.
All right. I just want to know. I just want to keep things respectful, you know. So I don't
It's very
really
strange.
have anything. I know. Respect is kind of strange to you. I know you don't know anything about it, but I just want to bring back the topic of women's sports. You say women's sports are just bad. So I want you to give like an objective reason on why you think it's bad.
No, I'm saying they suck.
Why?
Because they can't compete at the same level as men, and it's a waste of time.
Then why are women's sports a thing?
Why what?
Why are women's sports a thing?
Because we want to make women feel equal and happy.
Isn't that the goal of America? Equal opportunity?
Well, here's the thing. Egalitarianism, right, is great on paper and all, but it's not realistic. Because we aren't, if men and women are not equal, we're not the same.
If it's not realistic, then why is it happening right now? Look at women's rugby. Have you heard of rugby?
Yeah.
All right, so why is women's rugby so highly popular now? Why is it on the rise?
Dude, no one watches women's rugby. What are you talking about? What the f?
Oh goodness, get a load of this guy. Anyways,
Bro, what the f? How about this? Name of 10 female rugby players. Go ahead.
10 female rugby players.
Go ahead.
I can't name it.
Okay, exactly.
All right, but here.
See, and this is what I'm talking about. See, like, okay, I'm glad that we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
When I say that we live in a cucked out world where we there and lie and talk about women are awesome and all this other shit, like women's sports are great. This dude made the argument about women's sports
what
matter.
are some sports you
I said,
enjoy?
okay, tell me about women's rugby. He can't even tell me. Why? A lot of you guys are coming, let's be honest here, a lot of you guys are coming up to the mic right now to simp for some of these women here to try to get laid. Let me say something great about women so I can get
So can I talk about my personal connection
You want
to
to know the
rugby?
ugly truth about women? Here's a real red pill for you guys.
There's no
they
ugly
like guys
truth.
like me that tell them they're stupid. They don't like guys that cuck for them like you guys.
I played rugby with women.
Women are inferior in everything that matters.
I have a personal connection to women who play rugby.
Women want guys that are better than them. Women want guys that are stronger than them, taller than them, superior to them. They don't want equal cucked out guys like you sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, women's rugby is great, right? Right?
I love
Nobody
your
gives
opinion.
Nobody cares.
All right, can I speak?
Yes,
All right,
go ahead.
I have a
Still
personal
waiting for those
connection
10
to rugby,
female
right?
rugby players, though.
I can name you a bunch of women who play rugby that are connected to me in my personal life, right? I have a friend. Her
But
name
you
is
can't
Kelly
name the pro
Milken.
ones, right?
She plays rugby in Lander. She's a college commit to rugby at Lander.
Okay, you know what's great? Because I said this earlier. Men or people only watch women's sports when there's a personal affinity or some type of personal connection. They don't watch it objectively like, oh yeah, this is great. Let me just turn on the
So
show
what
and watch
sports
female
do you
sports.
watch? What sports
like
do you
all you
watch?
guys that watch female basketball here is because you guys go to the school and you're supporting your school. That's great. But 10 years from now, when you graduate, you're not going to give a anymore because you're not here anymore. Okay?
So are you saying all sports fans go
That's
to their
the truth.
college? Are you saying 100% of Steelers fans went to that university, or any collegiate sport, they all went to that university? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that when people watch female sports, there's typically some type of personal tie or affinity to them watching that female sport. Versus when they watch men's sports, they're watching it because these are the best of the best and I want to watch this. This is why professional sports for men is a thing and not really a thing for women. It's more of a college thing because people tend to be very tied to
Why are you
the school.
denying that professional women's sports isn't a thing? If it isn't a thing, there wouldn't be people watching it. They wouldn't get funding.
No one watches it, is my point.
If no
Look
one
at the
watches it, then
WNBA,
how do
it's
they get
negative.
funding? How do
Nobody
they get
watches
money?
it. Nobody watches WNBA.
If nobody watches WNBA, then why do they get funding? Why does it raise money?
Why do
if
they
nobody watches WNBA, WNBA wouldn't be a thing, right?
Yeah, it's subsidized, bro. Do you not realize it's negative? Every year, it loses money?
If it loses money every year, it wouldn't be smart to keep it running, right? But it's
You're
running
right.
for
You're right. See, that's why you're Asian. You're smart. This is the thing, bro. Like, when it comes to he knows the math. He's like, wait, hold on. How are we subsidizing it, but it doesn't? I'll tell you why. Because we simp for women. We need to stop subsidizing their mediocrity. That's my point. Because if the WNBA, if the NBA was negative, we would not be subsidizing the NBA. It would just go out of business.
corporations won't make the conscious decision to continue that business if they're losing money. The fact that WNBA is still a thing means that they're making money. People are watching it, regardless of the personal connection.
Because here's the thing. Because they want to go ahead and be able to be politically correct. They still want to go ahead and be like, look,
political correctness has nothing to do with the amount of revenue a company makes.
No, but they will take it. That's my point. They will take financial hits to be politically correct. Look at Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel had to go. They went ahead and changed their. It was a woman, by the way, that did this. They went ahead and changed the emblem. They got a whole bunch of backlash, and they're like, oh, shit, let's change it back. Who made that dumb decision? A female. So the point I'm trying to make is that women, or people in general, because we have this female way of thinking, we will go ahead and sometimes take a backseat to making a bunch of money or being profitable so that we can make women feel good, but we don't give these same accommodations to men. Like if the WNBA was negative, we would not exist.
Sports is the physicality, right? Not the mind. Physicality. 'Cause I agree with you that most women here aren't as strong, physically as strong as women. But the reason why women's sports is a thing is because they can play on a higher skill level, not just physicality.
Okay, if they can play on a higher skill level, then let them play against the guys.
The difference is that while the skills are the same, the physicality are not. There are differences, and that's why there is WNBA versus NBA.
But there's differences, but it's because the difference is because women are inferior at sports.
In physical attributes. But
Yes,
not
and that directly affects.
Not in the mind, right?
Yeah, well, women have slower reflexes
get
too.
over this guy.
No, slower in the mind too.
Guy.
This is why if you look at like chess, all the best chess players are men, even though it has nothing to do with physicality. Men are just better than women at everything.
There are women chess masters, and don't tell me a name. I don't know them. I'm not into chess like that.
Yeah,
but there are women chess masters, right?
But they suck compared to men. That's my point. Even when the physicality is removed, look at video games. Men are better than women at video games. That doesn't have to do with physicality.
So let's say you play against a woman chess master. Would you win?
She's a chess master.
So you would lose.
I don't play chess.
Exactly. Right. So you lose, right?
Okay, never mind. You're not as smart as I thought, Asian man. Who's next?
Yeah, I gotta say, man, you're checking off all the red flags, man.
Okay.
So are you like, do you actually believe this? Like just like a genuine question.
Yes, I do.
You genuinely believe all of these?
Yes, I do genuinely believe that women suck at sports. Yes.
And every other racist, whatever phobic shit you say.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Whatever you want to say. Who's up next?
This guy's kind of performative.
Yes, I'm a proud. Who's up next?
I'm glad you know you're a bigot, man.
Yeah, man. A lot of people are. I'm just honest about it.
You're just the biggest one.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just not scared to admit it. We all have a little bit of racism in us. Come on, man. Let's be honest. We all do.
All right.
What's up?
Is it working?
What's up?
All right. So I just have to go back to women. It's just I gotta do it.
You gotta go back to what?
Women.
Women?
Like to talk about them. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Man, a lot of the women talk.
You made this like bold claim about women in the military and law enforcement.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just curious, like, what's your experience with that? I'm just curious why you say that.
Why do I say that?
Yeah.
Well, my experience, I actually used to work in law enforcement myself. I was a special agent with Homeland for almost 10 years. So I dealt with female agents and having to put them in operations, and it never really turned out well. I got a bunch of buddies that are in law enforcement military, and they've told me before having women on their team is bad. It just doesn't help out.
And that's just because they're women?
What's
Like, so you've had bad experiences with men too then, right?
Well, again, yes, you can always have bad experiences with men as well, but with the women, it's far more prevalent.
So you're absolutely sure it's just women? So there are like plenty of men that make a lot of mistakes. Like there are a lot of male officers that just like shoot people for no reason. So I'm just like really curious why you're really pinpointing women. Like mentally, they're no different than men in like IQ and intelligence. Like that's just fact. We're not different in that way.
Actually, men and women think far differently, and we process information far differently.
Okay, so maybe
we're
so
not
let's say
the same.
we think differently. Why does that make them like less capable mentally?
Well, we don't think this. See, here's the thing: you men and women are not equal, bro. We're not the same, and this is like that liberal.
Well,
talking
yeah,
point.
we're different genders, different sexes.
Yeah, but that
biologically.
affects being a different gender. Literally affects everything else from there. The way we think, the way we process information, the way that we see the world. Everything is different. So since we are biologically different, that completely affects the way that we view the world, and it also affects our strength and other things.
How come some of the smartest people have been women? Like, women have done big things, like in aerospace engineering and stuff like that. So,
yeah, but the majority are men.
Right, because like
the majority are still men.
Okay. So historically, women have had less access to like education and like literally all their rights. So I mean, obviously, there's going to be like, but that doesn't make women less intelligent than men. There have just been less opportunities for women.
Well, we've overcorrected. Women graduate more than men. Women are getting more degrees than men nowadays.
Nowadays, yeah, but like, what about hundreds and thousands of years in the past when women have been oppressed by men?
We've overcorrected, but women still don't go into certain job fields that keep the society running, despite the fact that they're more educated.
What do you mean?
Well, when it comes to infrastructure jobs, when it comes to engineering, when it comes to sewage maintenance, like jobs that really matter.
And why is that?
Because women have different interests based on biology.
Thousands of years ago, women weren't allowed to do that.
We're not. What I'm trying to explain to you is that men and women are different, right? And
yeah, they're obviously different.
Yeah, they're very different. And since they're different, they have different worldviews. And since they have different worldviews, that affects everything about how they view the world. So, despite the fact I find it interesting how women graduate more, they have more degrees, they're more educated than men are, but they still don't go into job fields that, keep society running, right? They go into job fields that are like, let's be honest, HR, sitting in an office somewhere, jobs that don't necessarily keep infrastructure going, because women don't have the same physical capability, right?
They don't have the same. They don't have the same physical.
And then when they do go into jobs that have to do with physical capability, they f it up.
So then let's go to the military, for example. You said you're okay with them in support roles, right?
What was that?
You're okay with women in support roles in the military?
In support roles, yeah.
So like support roles are like 90% of the battle. Like something like that.
As long as they're not near, combat or in a position where they can f things up.
Right. Okay. So men can f things up in combat too. So I work on a military base, and I see women exercising all the time, like achieving like the level of some men in the gym. I've seen it.
Great.
So they should be able to fight if they want. We're in a free country with equal rights for all. So kind of like discriminating against women for being women is just kind of insane, don't you think? Like,
I'm discriminating to protect them from themselves, and I would argue a lot of them don't want to be in combat roles anyway. See, this is the thing.
But some do.
You
but
got-
some
no,
do. So
no,
they should have
they
that right.
don't.
Yeah, they do.
The majority, the staggering
Then why
majority
do I
don't.
see plenty of women in the
Why do you
military
think
all
women
the
haven't
time?
been in infantry for so long?
Because they weren't allowed to.
Good. Like that's
Good. But like there are
yes.
women who want to serve and protect their country in combat roles, and they
They shouldn't be in infantry anyway. And that was
why
back
are
when
you,
America
why
was
are
based.
You, why
that
are
was
you-
back when we weren't
why
idiots.
Why are men like? Why is it their job to like determine if a woman could fight or not if they want to? That's their right. And there are women who can reach the
Because
standards
men are
of
leaders. Men are leaders. Women are not. So since we are
Women-
leaders, we
women
must be
aren't
the
leaders?
ones. Because we protect society, we run society.
So, like,
women don't.
So the women like teaching students, they're leaders. They're in leadership positions. They're educating society.
We're not talking about being a teacher, man.
Well, we're talking about what
We're
you
talking
just,
about
you just
military
mentioned
law
leadership
enforcement.
roles. Okay, what about women drill sergeants? I've heard plenty of men talk about how they're the scariest ones they dealt with. Yeah, I know. Funny,
All
right?
right, dude.
'Cause
Let's
you
go
just-
to the
you're
next
not
person.
in-
This guy's like just coming up with that. Women drill sergeants are scary, man. Bro,
I'm talking about like people who've served in the military.
I can't take a woman seriously. She's yelling at me like, drop down and give me 20. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, make me a
All
sandwich.
right, because you're just a loser. Because
Yeah,
like you don't
here we
respect
go.
anyone or
Here we go.
anything.
Look,
right?
look, dude. Again, you're another guy that's trying to get laid tonight. Look, I promise you, you don't have to simp like this for girls.
Because I want to get
they
laid
like
tonight.
guys
okay,
that
dude.
tell them that
That's
they're
in
dumb.
your head. You're
They
the
like
one thinking
guys-
about
they
getting
like
laid.
guys that tell
You're
them
the
like
one
it
who brings
is.
OnlyFans
Okay.
girls on your podcast so you can
Yeah,
like.
and they make better arguments than you do. This is
No.
pathetic.
Okay,
they make
dude.
better arguments than you do.
All right, well-
they at least understand their biological limitations. They at least understand
All
that.
right. Well, at least while you're on campus, at least like follow like the rules that we're supposed to follow. The Carolinian Creed.
rules?
The Carolinian Creed, where it talks about like
What?
not the Carolinian Creed.
What is that?
The rule, like the guidelines for
Apparently, it's
being
saying it's not a
respectful
real
of people.
thing. It's not real. Okay.
No, the guy in like your little corner is
yeah,
talking.
he's, I don't know, he's making
okay,
up some
dude.
fucking. I don't even know what that is. It's probably some cucked out law, like where you got to be nice or some shit to women. I don't know. Yo.
Hello. What is your position on foreign involvement in Ukraine and Russia?
What was that?
What's your position on foreign involvement in Ukraine and Russia?
We need to get out. We need to stop giving them money. I would argue that Vladimir Putin has more justification to invade Ukraine than we did invading Iraq, contrary to what the dumb said earlier. Because the reality is Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11, and this has been established with a million times over. At least with Russia and Ukraine, Putin can justify invading Ukraine for national security reasons, right? NATO expansion, putting in the Maidan coup. There's a bunch of reasons why Putin invaded. So I would argue that he actually has more justification to invade Ukraine than we did invading Iraq. We had no business in Iraq, and it cost a bunch of money, gave us zero benefit. It only benefited the Jews.
Now, I have another question to add to that. Are you worried about appeasement with Putin? Because, like, the British appeasement, like what they did with Hitler in the 1930s and 1940s, where they just, like, let them take over countries. If we do that with Ukraine, it'll, like, cause a domino effect.
Well, they were a part of the Ukraine is basically Russia, man. They were part of the USSR for a very long time. So, I mean, honestly, Ukraine's kind of a fake country, if we're going to be honest. So, like, my thing is, I think we should be making peace with other nuclear powers. I think, or at least have some type of neutral agreement with each other, because I think having these conflicts with other nuclear powers creates problems. I'm very anti-war. I don't want war, and I think diplomacy should always be step number one.
So if they invade other countries like Poland or like more east, like Europe, would you have a problem with that?
A problem with what?
Like them invading like other countries in Eastern Europe, ones that aren't like part of the USSR.
I think that's obviously something that could be hindered or stopped off of good diplomacy. But I do think with them invading Ukraine, this is kind of something that's been going on for a very long time, where we've been lying to Putin, saying we're not going to expand NATO, we're not going to bring Ukraine in, and we've been secretly kind of doing it and lying and violating agreements, and they're going to invade because of national security reasons, right? I'll tell you this: if China decided to come into Mexico and take over Mexico City, we would be in there tomorrow, right? So I think every country should be able to exercise their sovereignty and national security, just like we do.
Then also I had a question about women in the military.
Yeah.
So you said like we shouldn't lower the standards to let women in the military. If a woman were to pass male standards, would you be okay with her serving in a line?
Yeah, if she could pass the male standards that we have, yeah, I'm okay with that. But I also understand that a very few will be able to pass it. But if they can do it, cool. But that's going to be, we're talking 1% of the population, maybe less. But my biggest thing is we shouldn't water down the standards to allow women in. That's the problem. We watered down the standards to let them in so that we can have more equal representation, which I think the whole concept of equal representation is bullshit.
Okay. So like the qualifications to stay the same and
Yep.
everybody else okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you for your time.
No worries, man. Good questions.
What's good, Myron?
Yo.
I got a question about why do us African Americans not criticize ourselves for the problems that we have instead of deflect it on something else?
Why do they not criticize themselves?
Yeah, for like example, like we will
Blame it on everybody else, right?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
for example, like we'll blame white race.
Yep.
And we'll be like, oh, they have to do stuff. Yeah, they do stuff.
Yep,
but
for sure.
we don't criticize our own selves because we put ourselves down more than anything.
Well, we need more young guys like you that think that way, man. So, that it's, we got to take 100% accountability for our fuck-ups, right? Like, the reality is, like, and this is something that is very irritating because, like, well, some days they consider me black, sometimes they don't. But, my family's from Sudan, so, like, for me, I dealt with the bullshit, right? I got profiled before. After 9/11, people thought I was a terrorist, and on the other hand, they're saying I'm a criminal. So I've been profiled before, and I was able to overcome that. So whenever people come in and say, oh, well, racism, systemic racism, blah, 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 I think in today's day and age, there's nothing that holds you back from success. And I think if we have more young black guys or like talking about this and saying like, dude, you're not a victim, you can fucking overcome, we'll be better off, man. And it's because the music, the culture, just a very victim mentality, man.
Because, like, I see what they're doing, Trump is doing in, like, D.C., those blue cities.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree with it because if you've really gone to, like, D.C., stuff like that, it's not safe. Like,
Yeah, it's bad. It's very bad. Chicago, D.C., L.A., like, all these cities suck. Yeah. Like, it's extremely dangerous. You get mugged. So it's like, that's kind of what's going on.
Yeah. But thank you.
No worries, bro. Good question, man. Good stuff. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you? I
Good,
just wanted
good.
to go back on to your thoughts on women. So
Sure.
I just want to know, what's the role of women in your organization? I noticed you have one up on stage who's helping you out today. How do you see them as part of Censored America?
Yeah, I think women are best in assist roles.
In what roles?
Assistory role, like assisting in assist roles.
Assist roles. Okay. So do you mind sharing your qualifications that allows you to sit at the front of the table?
To sit what?
To sit here talking to us. What are your qualifications?
My qualifications?
Yeah.
So it's interesting because like it looks like you're using like ChatGPT or something like that on your phone. You didn't do a quick Google search before you jumped on the mic?
I'm using my notes app.
Okay, so you didn't do a quick...
I just did a quick search. I just put my phone away. Don't worry.
Okay, no,
I'm sorry
I mean,
you feel threatened.
I think my qualifications speak for themselves. If I've done some things before in the past, so.
Okay, cool. Like what?
What's your question?
I was just wondering what your qualifications are. You have a platform here today. You're talking to all of us, and we're all here to listen to you. So I just want to know what your qualifications are that make you feel like you're qualified to answer these questions about politics.
Well, I'll tell you this. How about you research me, and then you come back, and then we can have.
I'm not a fan, so I won't research you. Do you mind sharing today?
What was that?
Do you mind sharing today for all of us?
I don't need to, like.
Okay.
There's a bunch of people here, right? That should tell you something. There's a bunch of people here listening. That should tell you something. I don't think I need to go ahead and tell you what my background and qualifications are. I think if you research and do a little bit of Google search, you'll know exactly what it is. I don't need to.
All right. And then do you mind going back to my second question of why do you see women as only assistants in your organization? You're saying that you said that they're not physically strong. What benefit do you see by putting down women, by justifying that women are less superior than men?
Well, men are just better than women at most things.
Like
This is just the truth. We're better leaders. We're more logically sound. We create the society. We're leaders. We're stronger. We're physically superior. Like most geniuses are men. Like this is like, look, I know this sucks to hear because we live in this like egalitarian society where we're supposed to sit here and care about women's feelings. But the facts are the facts. And most human innovation was led by and run by men.
You're saying most invasions and wars are run by men?
No, innovation. Innovation.
Innovation?
Innovation. Like human innovation and progression has been pushed by men. Every
That's really
revolution
not true.
has been led by men pretty much.
Have you heard about like the history of DNA? How that was discovered?
Oh, God. We're about to get into the Wi-Fi argument next.
No. This is not about Wi-Fi. It's basically about how the DNA was discovered, the credit was taken by men, but it was later found that it was taken by women. Do you see that as a potential occurrence for other innovations that have happened in history?
Okay, where? I mean, okay. Like, okay, let's say we give that to you. The overwhelming majority of everything else is still built by men.
Really? Wait,
yes.
like what? What do you think is 100% certain that it hasn't just been a man who's taking credit?
Look around. See all these buildings? These were all built by and more than likely designed by men. See the clean water that we drink? We see the infrastructure that we have, all the electricity, these cameras, the fact that we're on the internet right now. This was all created and instituted by men. But we've civilized the world so much that we forget about this stuff.
Solely by men, you think that these men were created?
The majority.
What happened to the whole
Are there
role
women
of
that contributed? Sure, but the majority of the contributions to humanity has been done by men.
Why do you think that is?
It's not that I think, it's the truth.
That's okay. Wait, can you give me an example? Of like, why do you think it's solely men that are leading this forefront? You don't think that women have made that role surrounding it, that have assisted it? And why do you think that their assistance is not crucial to it?
Okay, give me one matriarchy that stood the test of time. How about that one?
One who?
One matriarchy that stood the test of time.
I would say like a lot of world politicians, they're prime ministers in other countries.
Yeah, but that's a patriarchy type structure that was created and allowed women to get into that position. Still, okay, I'm just gonna say it. Men have the monopoly on force, okay? So since we have the monopoly of force, reality is all the freedoms that you guys have, we gave them to you, okay? Everything that you guys have, we gave to y'all.
So
and you guys
think
still,
that women's rights are given from men? They're not
Yes,
just existing?
they're absolutely given through
So
men.
all rights that women get is
and they're
because men
enforced
allow
by
them.
men too.
They're what?
given to you by men and they're enforced by men.
They're enforced by men?
Yes.
So wait, so you think that should be allowed though? Men should be the ones giving women rights?
That's just what it is.
But like, do you think that's right? Do you
All
think
the
that's
rights
right?
that you enjoy are given to you by men.
What about the?
This is why no matriarchy stands the test of time, because the reality is that the question I gave you is a trick question. There is no matriarchy that stands the test of time because women simply can't defend themselves from male invaders.
So the men are the ones invading them? Like you're saying that the men are the problem that we're supposed to be protected against, right? Like, why do we need people protecting us if the problem is other men?
You're all over the place. What is your point here? Because like first it's like, what's your background? Now it's like men versus women.
I was curious, but I just wanted to understand your understanding of the role of women in society.
Women's role in society is to have kids, have families, be in the kitchen making delicious sandwiches, and being a great assistance to their man. That's where they thrive the best.
I'm glad that's clear. Okay.
They're not equal to men whatsoever. And when we try to make them equal, we f things up. Hey, good job on Unplugged Clips, X. Yo, Unplugged Clips, X, are you in OSS, bro? Are you in chat right now? Good stuff, dude. I see you going viral. Good stuff, my man.